Ready? 3, 2, minus 1, 7, minus 6, 8, minus 4, 9, 6, 1, 7, minus 3, 2, 4, minus 6, 5, 6, minus 8, 7, minus 2. That is?
37!
That is correct.
In this program, we actually teach the children how to visualize the beads. We work more with the right side of the brain. So now they're not looking at numbers as numbers, in the traditional way, but they actually start, when we talk about numbers, they picturize it as beads. So once they can see the beads moving, they actually are able to move the beads in their head and they come up with an answer.
All right, ready? Clear and start. 89, 25, 36, minus 73, minus 19, 56, 30, 24, minus 18, minus 40. That is?
110.
Correct. That is the correct answer.
To be able to get to the speed and accuracy that you would be seeing in the children, you need to make sure that they can listen to the numbers. You can make sure that they store it in short-term memory. They grab it from short-term memory and process the numbers. While processing, they're continuing to listen. While they're continuing to listen, they're continuing to store it in short-term memory, continuing to process, and at the end of the day, they're actually taking those numbers and giving an answer. So there's a lot that goes on in the child's brain to actually be able to get the speed and accuracy that we're talking about. So in this program, we not only teach them how to use the tool, the abacus, or we not only teach them how to do the calculations, but we have various different activities which focus on listening, which focus on concentrating, which focus on visualization, which focus on triggering more the right side of the brain and coordination of both sides of the brain, which helps in a whole brain development activity.
All right, clear and start. 97, 55, 26, minus 48, 39, 64, 58, minus 66, 78, minus 32, 41, 27, 86, minus 38, minus 14, 65, 99, minus 47, minus 26, 14. That is?
478.
That is correct.
Now, I can imagine all parents would love their kids to, calculate like the kids we saw now. But tell me, what does the kid go through when the kid comes to your program? I mean, initially, is it a struggle to get them excited and interested, or they're, automatically into it, or some kids get more excited than the other? What happens in the mind of the kid when they come to the program?
So traditionally, this program is meant for the children to enjoy. It's set up at different levels, so there are levels 1 through 10. When a child comes in, they're getting used to the program, they're getting used to the abacus, they're getting used to this whole process. The way the program is structured is we trigger different parts of the brain at various different times. So there's a whole bunch of activities that go on in trying to learn what they're doing. It's not just math. The class is for 2 hours. Children are there for 2 hours at a stretch. One of the things that parents say, oh, my child is never going to sit for 2 hours. And typically by the end of the class, we most of the times end up going over class, or the children, are like, oh, 2 hours are done already. So the program is fun. We introduce math in the form of games. We introduce it in the form of challenge. So we keep them going.
Clear and start. 27, 16, 47, minus 38, 44, 53, 49, 92, minus 87, minus 15, 63, 67, minus 84, 58, minus 49, 66, minus 23, 57, minus 76, 89. That is?
356.
That is correct.
Now, how does that help them in their career, in their building, in their other academics, in school? How have you seen a relationship between what they do in your class build in what they do in their school?
So the class has various elements. When we're talking about visualization, we're talking about, looking at pictures. When you walk into a room and you look around, we typically may not remember half of the things that go on. So we're talking about visualization. Once the child is in the program, we do various activities like we show them flashcards. Showing them flashcards automatically helps them learn how to capture images and use their right side of the brain. We're doing activities like listening, focus, concentration, which is helping them build their listening skills, help them build their focus, build their concentration.
9,274, 3,047, minus 7,956, 9,876, minus 4,294. That is?
9,947.
That is correct. All right, what's 632 times 9?
5,688.
With this program, there are various different activities that work on building the listening skills, work on concentrating. So we're actually training the brain to be able to do those things in a in a particular fashion. So the goal is to make those things second nature for a child.
Numbers and me, I don't think, but anybody but me can do it.
No, believe it or not, you would be able to pick it up as well. We have a comprehensive training program with a whole bunch of detail of how to teach the program. You may not be able to calculate and match the children by any way, shape, or form, but the way the curriculum is set up, the way the training is set up, you can definitely pick up the absolute basics of it, and you can absolutely deliver the basics of it. So you don't need to
anybody can become a franchisee. Anybody, we don't have to be a super math or a super number person, but if you like the program, you can take up the franchisee and go with it. And obviously, I think it's going to really shape the kids in a way that we want them to, because they're the future of our country, our universe. So obviously it'll be a great way to start a franchisee and teach more kids about this. Thank you so much for joining us here today. Well, now, do you wish you could count numbers like that? Visit their website, brainomagic.com.